Are you working past 65 and confused on what to do? Well, take a look at this. I called Medicare, told them I'm turning 65, and I'm still working past 65. Medicare told me all I need is Part B. Then Social Security told me I don't need Part B, and all I need is Part A, and I must enroll in Part A. But then I listened to a podcast, and they said those who are working past 65 don't need to do Part A or Part B. I'm so confused.
Yes, this was a recent experience from one of our clients here in California named Kathy.
I'm sure most of you working past 65 are overwhelmed with conflicting information or simply lost on what to do.
Well, in today's video, we'll show you this roadmap so you can clearly know what to do and what to avoid. Hi, I'm Kai.
And I'm Ann with Gracie, our retirement puppy.
We fixed your haircut.
Yeah, a lot better. The first place we should stop at is figuring out if you're required to go on Medicare or not. If you are working past 65 and have an employer with more than 20 employees or less than 20 employees. If you have less than 20 employees, then you must go on Medicare to avoid the Part B and Part D penalty.
Well, how much is Medicare's penalty? The Part B penalty, which is the doctor's coverage of Medicare, is 10% per year for each year you missed your initial sign-up period. The Part D penalty, which is the drug coverage for Medicare, is 1% per month for each month you missed your initial sign-up period.
You can also go to our channel and click on our New to Medicare playlist to learn what to do and how to compare Medigap supplement plans and Medicare Advantage plans.
However, if you're working and you have an employer plan with more than 20 employees, then you can choose to cancel your employer plan and go on Medicare or delay Medicare until your retirement.
Okay, on to the next stop. Medicare's IRMA. For those that have this option to delay Medicare, double check your Medicare's IRMA.
And no, we're not talking about your friend's name, IRMA. Rather, it stands for Income-Related Modified Adjustment Amount. This is a penalty.
No, you have to quit saying that because it's not a penalty.
I think of it as a penalty. Okay, fine. It's a surcharge or an amount Medicare can charge you over and beyond Medicare's base Part B and Part D premiums or monthly costs.
Yes, they will use your income from 2 years ago. Take a look at this chart to see if you'll have a Medicare surcharge called IRMA. Simply put, if you have made more, you pay more in Part B and D premiums.
Unless you have a life-changing event, such as you stop working or you're working less. With a life-changing event, you can use this year's income, if you have less income, and appeal the higher penalty, surcharge.
So if you have to pay a surcharge for Part B and Part D, then it may or may not be best for you to go on Medicare. Give us a call to analyze your IRMA situation.
Again, there's no cost in working with us, and we'll also leave a link for this life-changing event form in the description below.
Okay, now the next stop is a destination that might surprise you. Can your employer pay for your Medicare costs?
Now, before you say that's illegal, we know that the employer cannot pay for your Medicare directly, but your company, especially if it's a smaller company, can give you a raise or reimburse you through your salary to cover all or part of your Medicare Part B and supplemental premiums.
And how does this benefit your employer? Your employer is most likely paying $1,000 to $2,000 per month for your health care if you're in your 60s. If they reimburse you or give you a raise to pay for your Medicare, this can save the employer hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in premiums each year.
Yes, and you may want to share this video with your employer in case they're not aware of their huge savings by you going on Medicare. Now, what if you own your own company? Well, the savings we just discussed can apply to your company as well.
Now, some of you cannot negotiate your salary for your employer to cover the cost of Medicare. So that brings us to the next stop. What is your monthly payment or premium? Find out how much your employer charges you for your portion each month. Then we can compare that to all of Medicare's costs.
Along with your monthly premium, find out what is your yearly deductible. What are the copays for doctor visits and hospitalization? A deductible is a dollar amount that you are responsible for 100% before the insurance company pays anything. Medicare Advantage plans like the one that my mom has typically have no deductible and very small copays.
And most Medigap plans only have a small yearly deductible for the year. And if you have a Plan G, like my mom, you'll have 0 copays.
Now, more is involved than just costs. There might be a potential roadblock that can make the cost comparison pointless. Let's take a quick detour. You'll need to find out who's covering who. What do we mean by that? Are you under your spouse's employer plan or is your spouse under your plan? If you're covering your spouse, is your spouse younger or older than you? Do you have kids under your plan? Write all of these answers down and give us a call. These answers are so important so that way we can guide you on whether or not you should go on Medicare.
Right. Moving on to the next stop. Is it a PPO, HMO, or an HSA plan? Now, why is this important? So we can compare your PPO to Medicare's PPO and HMO to Medicare HMO. If you have an HSA, called a health savings account, are you contributing to that plan? Now, if you are, then you cannot contribute to the HSA and have Medicare Part A at the same time. So you'll need to decide if your HSA plan is better or if going on Medicare is better for you.
Now, the next stop is learning Medicare's language, which, by the way, is way more confusing than learning Chinese. We'll teach you the Medicare's alphabet, such as parts A, B, C, D. Vocabulary like what is a Medigap, and Medigap's alphabet, A, B, C, D, F, G, K, L, M, and N. I actually sang a song in one of our videos, and she stopped me. Medicare supplement plans, or Medicare Advantage, and so forth.
Plus, you need to know the rules of changing from a Medicare Advantage plan back to a Medigap plan. We'll show you a video to watch in a bit to learn all these rules.
Okay, let's wrap it up with the final stop.
Wow, I know all this information is a lot to gather, but rest assured that if you gather all that information we just covered, we will use our 18 years of experience to assist you in deciding if you should go on Medicare or delay Medicare. We hope you can see our goal is not to push you onto Medicare or rush you into buying a plan. Again, there's no cost in working with us since we get paid directly through the insurance companies, and we represent over 50 plans in 50 states. We're looking forward to helping you out. Now, back to the video.
We have another client that also got confused on who to talk to. This is what her friend told her.
And you don't need to talk to any agent. They're all going to give you a sales pitch, and all you really need is to talk to your HR or Social Security. Oh, and most counties have a local agency called HICAP or Sourcewise, where you can talk to an unbiased representative to help you out. Then talk to the insurance company directly without getting any sales pitch.
This stop is the most important. Who to talk to.
Yes, we've had many well-meaning friends unintentionally give incorrect information. This stop can branch off into many places.
Right, as you've heard, HR, Social Security, government agencies like HICAP, Sourcewise, Medicare themselves, or the insurance companies directly.
So let's first talk about getting advice from your HR or Social Security offices. Both groups are not allowed to give you any advice regarding Medigap or Medicare Advantage plans. All they can do is give you general guidance on how to enroll in Medicare A and B and nothing else.
Regarding Social Security income, all they can do is tell you what your monthly payments will be, but Social Security is not allowed to give you specific advice or use your outside assets to determine and discuss what age is the best age to claim your Social Security.
How about getting advice from government agencies? County-run agencies like HICAP, Sourcewise, or Medicare have call centers that allow the public to get unbiased information since no one there is a licensed agent. Their goal is to help you navigate through all the plans to the best of their knowledge.
So what is the problem with that? Their information is limited since they can only give you the information to the best of their knowledge.
Right. Since they are not contracted with the plans, they cannot tell you all the fine details beyond what you can see on the flyers or websites.
Correct. If you start asking very specific questions, they will actually tell you you need to call the plan directly. Now, don't get me wrong, all of these are good resources, and they're not trying to sell you a plan. However, it's like going to Home Depot and talking to someone that is in the plumbing department that has never been a plumber. That person is doing their best to help you, but their knowledge is limited. So while these county and government-run agencies have good people working there, they are still limited in their knowledge since they are not contracted with the insurance company.
It's okay to use them as a resource, just don't solely depend on what they say to make a decision.
Right. What about calling the insurance companies directly without using an agent? Well, to reassure you, we do understand why someone would do that. First, no one likes a pushy salesperson.
No. And second, everyone wants to save money.
And you might assume that working directly with the insurance company by cutting out the sales agent would save you some money.
But as you've seen in previous videos, whether you call directly or go through an insurance agent, there's no cost difference. The price is exactly the same to the penny, just like buying insurance through your car insurance agent.
On the contrary, by going directly, you actually spend more time calling so many different companies, And you actually might be paying more by choosing a plan that's actually more expensive.
Plus, each company is going to have their sales pitch. Well, why? Obviously, they are not going to educate you on their competitors.
Exactly. Well, that brings us to the final destination. Find an unbiased
insurance broker.
Yes.
But how do you find someone that is unbiased? First, look up their license and see how many insurance companies they represent. The fewer the companies they work with, naturally, the more biased they will be.
No, there is not one agent that represents every single company out there.
And if anyone says that, run away.
Yes.
We are confident that we represent more companies than most agents, but even we don't represent every company out there.
Now also interview the agents. See what information they're not disclosing to you. Anyone can answer your questions, but pick the agent that voluntarily gives you the most information without you asking for it and does not rush you.
Right. Wouldn't you say that picking the right agent is like picking the right medical doctor?
Exactly. And no, it's not going to be easy to find, but following this advice might not only get you the best plan, but you'll most likely get the best advice. Now, some of you turning 65 might have other things to consider, such as, do you have the VA or TriCare, Medicare Disability, Medicaid, Medi-Cal, Kaiser, and so forth? Well, subscribe and look out for our future videos on this topic.
In the meantime, if Medicare is best for you, click in the description below or on this playlist to learn each step on what to do and avoid.
Also, if you want to know what age is the best age to claim Social Security, then click on this video here or in the description below to learn more.